Just wanted to apologize real quick. I just got a new pair of earphones today, and it seems that my audio, or my voice specifically, is a lot louder than I expected. I am now going to, from now on, lower my voice a lot more so it's a lot more gentle to your ears. I do apologize to you guys once again. So sorry for that. So, with that out of the way, enjoy the video, consider subscribing, and have a good day. Oh no! Shit! Dang, that was unexpected, but shit, we're dead! So the hours have passed since Yuri walked me back to my place. The atmosphere around us after we left school grounds was much more calm in a pleasant way, probably due to Yuri being strong and supportive in my time of need. It was exactly what I needed after the day we both had. She just has this way of making things better. And other than that, we both decided that it would be best for the both of us to clean up and get something to eat before we were supposed to meet up tonight. Now that feels like a while I finally made it to the park. It's nice and calm as it usually is around here, trees lightly moving with the wind and the sounds of insects chirping in the distance. Just being around here again brings about excitement from previous visits here, but I can't find Yuri anywhere. Wasn't I supposed to meet her here? Pulling out my phone out of my jacket and flipping it open shows it's 7:03. Well, I mean, I probably could have gotten... That's a piano, not a harp. And that sounds... Now that's a sound I haven't heard in a while. Wait, that's a harp? Okay. The ever so familiar sounds of her harp makes itself known to where the park meets the forest. It's just like the first time we met here. With a comforting warm feeling washing over me, I can't help but make my way over to where my princess is. Excitement continues to build as I traverse to the nearly nostalgic path. I have to tell myself to not start running to her due to how I'm feeling. I wonder how long she'll pay for anyways. Just like the last time this happened, my walking slows down a bit until I quietly approach our spot. This place looks as perfect as always, and Yuri, just looking over the water, is no exception. Her dancing around with the wind, a genuine look of contentment as she plays. That's my princess! Standing still for a moment to take in the atmosphere, the cool wind feels great as I take a deep breath. Slowly making my way over to the fallen down tree, I take a seat next to her and wait for her to notice me. Once she opens her eyes and notices me next to her, she doesn't jump away like the first time we met here. Instead, her smile grows and she gently sets her harp on the ground next to her bag. I've been waiting for you, Midas. Hell goes to the back of my head. Sorry if I'm a bit late. No, you're fine. I haven't been waiting long. Scooching a little closer to her, I take her hand in mine and smile at her, to which she does the same. Her always cute smile makes the atmosphere a bit more comfortable. An unusual smell invades my nose not long after getting close to her. Is she wearing perfume? Silently inhaling so she doesn't suspect anything. It almost smells like lilac flowers that my mom really liked. An unexpected tingling in my nose forces me to exhale and move an inch or so away from her, as I don't want to sneeze around her. Looking away from her and out into the open water, my mind starts wandering for a little bit, as I don't say anything. It feels really nice to just be quiet, take a deep breath, and take in the atmosphere around me. Worst case scenario, the boys come here. I hope that doesn't happen. The tranquil sounds of everything around us help elicit a meditative state inside me. This state, however, is broken after a short while as Yuri squeezes my hand hard and speaks up. Hey, you feeling any better? Does anything hurt? Or everything's about to be hurt, depending on what nods he said and what the boys are planning to do. I don't know why, but I give my face a quick-handed pat down just to confirm I'm alright. I'm much better now. I guess being out here helps too. Well, good. I'm also pretty happy that you thought of us coming here. I kinda needed it after today. A few butterflies playfully dance around her face as her smile stays as strong as always. I'll be honest though, I still feel a little bad that we didn't get the readout off today. Her grip on me tightens yet again. Don't worry about that, my dear. We can read when we get back to one of our places tonight. But your bag is right there. Couldn't we read right now if we wanted? Actually, that's not a bad idea, I should mention that. But if you were to read out here, I mean, we don't have to right now, but, you know, you giggles at me over my word mishaps. I know what you mean. Maybe we will someday. What are we gonna do here then? I love that she knows how to make me smile. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. So we're just gonna go gazing for a while here. Comfortable sadness washes over as a possible scenarios of future plans play out in my mind. It's sort of exciting, thinking about what's in store for the future. Looking over the year, it shows her smile isn't as strong as it used to be. What could be causing that? Midas, there is something I've been meaning to ask you. What's going on? Well, it's just a few days ago, when you had to deal with Jason, what was going through your mind as everything happened? I didn't expect you to be the kind of person to resort to such actions. Okay. I mean, I was expecting she would ask this sooner, but okay. Well, I guess I'd better be honest with her about that. I'm sorry if I scared you at all that day. What was running through my mind though? I take a moment to think back to the events of that day, stare at the grass below me, and also get some fresh air. Well, I could have gone and got the principal, but that would probably taken too long. And Lord only knows what he could have to say. Wait, what he would have to say about everything. Something about what I did just felt right. Usually I don't like that kind of stuff. I mean, we knocked them out. It scares me when I see people fight like that, but like I just said, I felt like it was the right thing to do. You were in danger, so I had to save you at all costs. Her blush increases, but mine doesn't. That was a little too drastic in my opinion. I still have the serious feeling taking over me. Besides, I don't want to imagine what kind of mess we would have gotten ourselves into had the principal start questioning about. That's when I slowly break my hand away from hers. About what? Taking my now free hand, I gently wrap my hand around her upper left arm. About this. Oh. All words evade for a short while as flashbacks from that day continue to run through my mind. Yuri? How's your arm feeling, by the way? I think the tranquil feeling from earlier is slowly going away as she looks a little more concerned. Without a word, she grabs the left sleeve of her skirt and pulls it up. Taking a look at her arm for a second time doesn't bring the initial shock from a few days ago. Panic strikes for an instant, however, at the sight of her bandages removed, but two and two come together at the thought that she will need new ones. I see. It's starting to look a little better. I mean, she nearly tried, but thank goodness she went to our place. Would you like me to put new band-aids on when you get back to your place? Her eyes light up a little bit, but she doesn't immediately respond. After a while, a small smile manages to break through. I would really like that. Good. That's when I take off my jacket and lie it on the grass beside me to reveal only my t-shirt and exposed arms. It's not too cold out, so I don't mind. The breeze kind of feels nice. With her arms still exposed, my hand carefully takes hers again. This feels a little crazy. Both our arms sharing the warmth between us. I'm sure my face is as red as hers, but these butterflies don't last for long as something important comes to mind. I really wish I could help more. Hey, you've been a big help enough so far. Just always being there for me. Letting me come over last night when I needed it most. No, I mean, I wish I knew what kind of force draws you to do this. I can't explain it. Some days I'll just be fine and these weird urges to do that just don't show up. Other days they show up out of nowhere, even when nothing wrong has happened. There are times when I'm able to fight them off with my willpower alone. Sometimes when life feels like too much, the pain it brings calms my mind down somehow. An unusually long silence plays out as I try to process everything she just told me. Feels like my mind is racing so fast I can barely keep up. The image of a tearful Yuri with a knife in her arm, from a few days ago creeps into my mind. She keeps me in place. Yuri's tone of voice makes a more sad approach. Midas, why didn't you leave me when you found out about this? Why do you still want to be around me? Because it's no reason to leave you. Bottom line. Anybody else would have pushed me aside and let me be for all eternity. Stop it. Maybe I should tone it down a bit. Please don't say that. I'm not anybody else. Sure, I may be different from everyone. I may not seem normal at all. And hell, there's something actually wrong with me. But I know better than to let treasures slip through my hands like that. Another smile shows up on their face due to my choice of words. But I'm not done yet. Why didn't I leave when I found out? I guess you could say I'm learning from my big brother's mistakes. I'm really curious if it's a big brother's mistakes indeed, or something else happened. Again? Yeah. This whole situation reminds me of what happened to my big bro. I feel like you deserve to know what happened. She's silently staring at me, as if she's ready for story time. Okay. Well, to start out, my older brother married his wife when I was still young. My sister-in-law, Heather, was a pretty big part of our lives. I was too young to notice her bad habits, but everyone around me did. I always thought she was being overdramatic in a really funny way. I really enjoyed spending time with her whenever I could. She knew about how different I was and didn't make me feel bad about anything. Needless to say, it hit me pretty hard when I found that she suffered cardiac arrest in her sleep one day. It wasn't until much later on that I found out that she had drug problems for a good part of her life, and her weight didn't help anything either. You wanna know what my big brother did his whole life about her bad habits? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It didn't matter to him that they were married. He still did absolutely nothing. He nor my parents have been able to speak to him ever since her funeral. We don't know what he's up to now. I really miss him. Only the sounds of nature can be heard as I realize I'm focusing too much on the blades of grass in front of me. I'm sorry, Midas. I didn't know. Averting my attention to her gratitude. Oh. Averting my attention to her shows genuine concern being displayed. Makes me kinda sad for whatever reason. Yuri. Don't you know what it's like when someone very important to you isn't part of your life anymore? Someone who meant the whole world plus some. Especially when they promise that they never leave us. I don't ever want to feel that way again. That's why I chose not to leave you. Ha! Considering this is a Yuri-centered mod, and the fact that Zera and Noah are her friends. Yeah, it only makes sense that I'm kind of remembering Fallen Angel right now. That's why I chose not to leave you. I promised I'd help you with whatever happens in life, and that I'll never say goodbye to you. Not only that, but I don't like seeing you hurt in any way. It's when I close my eyes and bring my head down on her shoulder, waiting for the inevitable rush of emotions to hit me, for what seems like the billionth time today. Her running her fingers through my hair helps me calm down a little bit. Her voice is almost as quiet as a whisper. You care about me that much, Midas? Thank you for not leaving me after this. You have no idea how much this means to me. Whole world plus some. Oh, you. Huh. I mean, this choice of music though makes me feel kinda different about the situation. I wish you could feel as enthusiastic as her right now, but an idea popped into my head that's so crazy it just might work. Oh Yuri, I know what you're feeling right now, and I'm sorry for bringing this up. Oh, to bring this up. I think I know one thing that could help. What's that? I take it another deep breath and feel nervousness build up at what I'm about to ask. Oh, how long have you had your knife collection? She just sits there and stares at me, almost like she's afraid to respond. About half a year now. I see. Yuri, I'm so sorry for bringing this up. I knew they're one of your hobbies, I guess. But have you considered getting rid of them? She looks away from me, almost as if I hurt her inside. I honestly don't blame her. A cold breeze runs through us, which makes me break away from her and shiver a bit. With Yuri still silent, I take this time to reach down, to grab a jacket and put it back on. I was hoping you wouldn't say that. Well, I probably should have worded that better. I wasn't thinking like put them away or something. More along the lines of sell them. You could go to the pawn shop in town or something, and you could put the money from them towards something different. Maybe you'll find something that catches your eye. What do you think? She must be really deep in thought, as she hasn't spoken up or looked over to me yet. If I were in her shoes, I probably wouldn't want to be bothered right now. So I may as well offer her the solace of being able to think without distractions. Midas? I'll do it, but please listen to me. If you stick a hole is emerged in my veins, allowing relief and curiosity to flow through. What is it? Another silence plays out as she takes a deep breath this time. Can I please just keep just one of them? Oh, the golden one I'm expecting. As I'm left unexpectedly speechless at the question, she gently pushes her harp aside and reaches for a bag. With it, she pulls out one of her pocket knives. Okay, it is the golden one. It's the one with the full wood handle and a shiny gold blade. I remember that might be made stuff for the festival. That's the one she used. This one hasn't been used for that. It's clean. Wait, does that mean the one I used? No, let's not think about that. She hands it over to me, which I apprehensively take a hold of. If it's a little bit heavier than the one I remember. Finding the flipper on the knife's backside, I vaguely remember how she told me to open it. Placing my finger over said flipper and bringing it down brings the blade up to life. There's some weird deja vu moment going on. I can't help but become lost in my own reflection as my mind wanders. This lasts for a few seconds before Yuri breaks the silence. Please, do you trust me? Looking away from myself and over to her shows an almost pleading look from her. This feeling of wanting to be trusted with something important like this. I know what that feels like, and I know how bad it feels when that trust gets rejected. Thanks, Ma. And Pa. I don't usually call my dad, just Pa. She did say she doesn't want to do this anymore, so at least she's making an effort at this. Not only that, but she knows other uses for knives. I got a good feeling about this. Heck, I even wrote I've got that much faith in you to her. Promise me I'll keep it clean for the both of us. Yuri nods with concern, not leaving her face. Happiness is slowly starting to build up at how things are turning out. This is yours then. With her knife still in my hands, I carefully lay the handle on my forefingers, pocket clip facing downwards, and give it back to her. Upon retrieval, she places her thumb inside the knife handle, lays the blade down, and puts it back in her bag, all within a few seconds. A small smile breaks through. How about this? I got nothing to do tomorrow. Why don't both of us go into town tomorrow and go to the pawn shop? We could make a whole day out of it. I think I would like that. I have to go grocery shopping sometime soon. I'll smirk at what I'm about to say next. So it's a date then. I wouldn't exactly consider that a date. What are you talking about, not a date? We get to do big little things. We get to spend time with each other. I'll push the cart around for you and bug you about everything I find and say, is this okay, Ma? I mean, Yuri would make a very good mommy figure, IMO. I managed to stop talking before embarrassing myself in front of her. There's an awkward silence between the two of us now. At least the insects making sound aren't affected by it. Well, you know what I mean. Her weird intense stare goes away after a little bit and turns to a smile. Where did that intense stare come from though? I can't help but feel really happy that not only are things working out, but we get to spend the whole day tomorrow. You know what? Why not? I never did thank you properly for having to put up with me today. I can't believe I'm actually gonna do this. Oh, okay. Scooching closer to him before she has time to react, I get up close to her and give her a kiss on the cheek. My nose starts to tingle a little bit more, which causes me to quickly back away. The limpid silence plays out as both of our faces become red, and the feeling of how soft her cheek was stays in my mind. You know, kinda always wanted to do that. She didn't last at how flustered I am. I think it's starting to get a little warm out here. Thank you, Midas. I bashfully smile at her while my face is starting to hurt from too much blood flow. Now, oh, come here. The way she said that makes me feel nervous everywhere. Never leaving her grace, I scooch closer to her once again and my mind scrambles into what I should do next. I can feel how warm she is by wrapping my arm around her waist and secure my fingers onto her tummy. She does the same as I get lost in her purple eyes again. Her lips slightly parted and eyes half closed. I don't think I can bear the bugs her lake anymore. I can hear. There's no way this is actually happening! There we go. The overpowering smell of lilac in my nose is overstimulating and I sense the smell the moment I started approaching her. Not right now, nose! Ah! Wait, don't try to tell me you'll sneeze in front of her. Quick, arm over nose now. Ah, chew! The force of my body sending me backwards as a result of sneezing makes me lose my balance on the tree. Panic overrides as I can't signal my arm to release my grip of fury. Ah! Yeah. Here we are now, laying on the grass trying to make sense of what just happened. My arm that is around her hurts a bit, but she's more important right now. You alright? I'm alright, darling. Good. I hope I didn't hurt her arm at all. What about you? Speaking of darling, if you guys, including Zeta, if you guys haven't watched the anime Darling in the Franxx, I suggest you do watch it because I use some parallels on it. If you don't know what I mean, watch the last video. I'm okay. Good. Now where were we? She doesn't even have to try to be beautiful with eyes half closed and parted lips. Inching closer until we both fully embrace each other, our noses and foreheads meet. My heartbeat goes crazy and it's hard to breathe right. This somehow feels better than every time we were like this on her couch. I mean, we're on the grass, so we're out in the open. I don't know, maybe there's something different about that. Her rich violet eyes draw me in, just like what happened this morning. Oh! From what I can remember, I'm not supposed to press anything. Okay, here we go. The prettiest girl I know. Her lack of makeup. Her perfect hair from this morning. Her soft body pressed against mine, feeling our breath trading places on each other's faces. Slowly closing my eyes, tilting to my right, I gently inch closer to her, and... I can't! I'm dying! Oh my goodness! It's adorable! I can't! If I had a face cam right now, I would be really red. Oh my goodness! Here we go, her first kiss. I need to get a grip of myself. All sense of time is gone. Everything about this moment feels amazing. How gentle her lips are against mine. Bravo. Wait, I need to calm down a bit. I have to say something. Is it just me or the art style seems very similar to the one, I don't know, the promotional photo for Shrieking Violet looks like? I'm not so sure if that's the same artist, but it's really good. My heart! My heart! It's going doki over here. How gentle her lips are against mine. The warmth shared between our bodies, our grip on each other. It's absolutely hypnotic. It feels like bells are being rung in our castle we built. How poetic this is, and the art and everything, and the music. Like, the whole don't press anything and the music will just hit you right in the right spot. Yeah, it's really effective. Oh my goodness. As we pull away from each other, my smile she may have felt remains. My eyes kept closed as the moment the feelings linger. A sniffle coming from her brings me back to reality. A tear falls and leaves a trail down to her smile. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I finally found my storybook hero. We're going to do the we're going to the same school, the same club together. We hang out and have interesting conversation with each other. Someone that stays with me through it all and puts up with me at my worst. I finally found you. And that big summer out there. I didn't know I could feel more warm than I already do. I mean, we're both wearing jackets. I can't. Jesus. My hand that's on her back now begins caressing the back of her head as I speak gently to her. Dearie, you made me the happiest I've ever felt. I do all these things for you because now's the time. Because I love you so. I love you too. More than words can say. A more than comfortable silence plays out as we keep each other warm from the cool weather. More than words can say. I can say the same about her. Midas, her voice is almost as quiet as a whisper. How much do you love me? Everything. I love everything about you, inside and out, big and small. This music choice, my goodness. I can't. I never thought in my life I'd meet someone like you. Another comfortable silence plays out as she gets a grip on her happy tears. Midas, there's something I read in a book once that I've always wanted to do. She removes her arms from me and gets up to the ground. She brushes herself off and extends her hand down on me. Taking her hand, I pull myself up and meet her gaze again. Here, let me show you. With her smile never leaving, we will take our spot, a seat in our spot, and she reaches down for her bag. Once I've started focusing on what she's doing, she pulls out the master lock from yesterday, still in its package. She sets it on her lap, reaches into her back again, and pulls out the gold knife. I think I know what she's going to do with it, but I'm left with more questions than answers. Mainly, what is the lock for? It's our favorite fruit, right? That's what's inside the master lock? And that's what I'm guessing. After she carefully opens the package, both the lock and key from inside are in their grasp. Come here, Midas. With my smile matching hers, I scooch over until I'm nice and comfy around her. Oh, what is this? Haven't you heard about this tradition? No, not really. That's okay, I'll show you how it works. She opens the knife and brings the lock in her hand. Bringing the tip of her knife to the padlock body, she starts carefully engraving something on it. Oh. After some time, she removes the knife and blows away any particles on the body. So you're carving our initials? Now it's your turn. Taking the knife and padlock from her and inspecting it, looks like she wrote her name on there. Now it's your turn, means she probably wants me to do the same. What tradition is this? Or is it all made up? I'm really curious. Looking around for an opposite spot on the padlock body, I carefully do the same as what she did. That took quite a while, but that's because I was extra careful about this. There. Done. As I try to hand the padlock and knife back to her, she takes the knife out of my hand and replaces it with the key. Open it up for us. Still left with plenty of questions in mind, I do as she says. Putting the key in and turning clockwise, the shackle bolts upwards. After unlocking, instinctively wrap my finger around it and turn it around. Okay, what now? Let me see everything. Without a word, I hand her both the lock and key. Once they're in her grasp, she takes the key and throws it as hard as she can into the lake? Huh? But why? What's going on? Instead of immediately answering me, she walks up to the branch on our tree sticking out to my left. As she gets on both knees, it isn't until now that I notice a hole near where the branch is broken off. How did it get there? What kind of animal would do that? Oh, it's right there. She takes the lock shackle, puts it in the dugout hole, and turns the body until it's aligned just right. Most people do this on handrails or bridges, but right here works even better. Oh, well, made up or not, this is pretty interesting to learn. The lock here is supposed to represent the both of us, hence why we engraved our names on here. We close it. That means that our love is unbreakable. Hence the chapter's title. After staring at her for some time, the gears in my head spin as everything makes sense. Look how clever this girl is. I think I know what must be done. Here you wait. As she stops what she's doing, I take this opportunity to get up at the tree and slide up next to her on my knees. Wrapping my arm around her back, I gingerly place my left hand over the top of hers that's on the lock so my fingers rest on top of hers. On 3. Okay? She nods as my heartbeat and overall nervousness builds up. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Okay. 1. Her eyes join me with an irresistible force yet again. 2. My heartbeat's going crazy right now! Do it now! Without warning, by keeping my grip on the lock, I lose control of myself and press my lips against hers once again. I can feel her return of favor as she grips my back harder. Aww. 3. And now we're back to Natsuki. Oh shit! No! Shit! We're here! Oh my god, no! I mean, I know I'm down for Natsuki any day, but in this scenario, no! This is probably one of the worst school days I've seen this year so far. All I wanted was to read with her, but he just had to act like a baby and ruin everything. Dad was nice enough to let me walk to the park tonight. He saw how upset I was when I got home and brought up the idea of taking some time to myself. He's been thinking a lot more clearly ever since he started attending his AA meetings? I don't know what's that. Which makes me happy. Finding a bench close by, my body begins to unwind and I feel much more relaxed after a while. I don't mind the cool air tonight. Kinda needed after today. Could have sworn I heard something back there. Oh no. Oh no. What are they doing here? I'd rather not be seen by them. Quickly getting up from the bench, I make my way over to a nearby tree and hide behind it. Maybe I'm lucky I'm this skinny. Poking my head out to take a peek shows the 2 little birds walking at the forest that I've never bothered to check out. Alright, they're finally gone. What are they even doing? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Alright, they're finally gone. What were they even doing? Looking over to where those 2 came from, curiosity gets the better of me. It's not like there's anything special over that way, but I still want to check it out. Taking another peek from behind the tree shows nobody in sight. Alright, let me go have a look. Wait. Okay. So she didn't spot us, so what I'm guessing is that she'll break the lock. That's what I'm guessing. This kind of place doesn't bother me as I'm walking through here. I wonder why I never explored this place even when I was growing up. The sounds of bugs and shadows of trees on the ground bring a nostalgic feeling. I kind of wonder what's further down the trail. There's a weird feeling of anticipation building up as I keep on walking. Whoa. How come I've never been here before? This is just like some places that Dad would let me play as a kid. There's a lake, trees all around. Is this where they were? Makes sense, I guess. Looking around and taking the atmosphere of everything, my eyes land on something dangling from the collapsed tree in front of me. Stepping forward to take a closer look shows it's a master lock that's secure on this You know, when I saw this word, you know what I said, lychee fruit? It's because I kinda remember the Tupperware instead of an actual padlock. My bad. Isn't that a bit random? Someone must have brought it all the way here. Getting up close and grabbing it, I squint my eyes to take a closer look. Ah, yikes. I guess they're serious about this. That's gross. Huh. What did we do then? Who is this talking to us? Are you sure you want to get through this? You know how this will affect you, right? Yes, I'm certain about this. Did you at least talk with your parents about this? Are they alright with this? They are. They said it was okay. I can't but lie through my teeth. Who is this calling? I couldn't give a shit about what they think. I need this. Very well then. Your prescription should be available tomorrow around noon. Bring your health insurance and you only have to pay a $3 copay to pay. Alright, see you tomorrow. Placing my phone to my left, next to Ellie and Rambi, I can't help but roll around in my bed for a little bit and feel excited for the day ahead of me tomorrow. He and I, getting to do things that a husband and wife would do. My future's actually looking bright for once. I give my animal friends one more hug before I call it a night and drift off to sleep. Who is this? Oh, we even have a different dialogue box. GOI. Is that how you call it? Jesus, who's calling this late? Hello? Hello there. Is now a bad time? Just make it quick. We're calling from the ammunition. Oh shit! Why? I mean, this is a reference to the gun store from the GTA series, but why? Your order is all ready to be picked up tomorrow afternoon. Good. I'll be there first thing tomorrow. We'll be expecting you. Oh my goodness. Don't try to tell me there'll be a school shooting. Oh shit. Okay, it's a weekend, so what's gonna happen now? Oh, it's a dream. From Mr. Triple Question Marks' view. Am I right? Or is it our view now? And it's just a typo. Oh wait, that was the question marks were the time slot. Sorry. It's been quite a few days now since me and you have declared this castle to be our home. The old princess that used to live here has mysteriously vanished. Who knows where she ran off to? What else is crazy is that Yuri has her own pair of white wings. No! Ah! Wait! No! Does that mean she's an angel? No! It took a while for them to fully bloom, but it's fun. Being able to see the world from a bird's eye view with your hand in mine. The past few days have been spent cleaning and fixing the place up, and we've made pretty good progress so far. As I'm working on removing vines on the outside of our castle, Yuri catches my attention by making her descend to my right. Hey darling, would you like to take a break for a while? That sun beating down on me helps influence your decision making. Sure. Did you have something in mind? Well, I was thinking. What do you think about the two of us having our very own pet? An animal for us to take care of? That doesn't sound too bad. She smiles warmly at me and proceeds to walk up to take both my hands in hers. Great! It would be nice to have another friend around here. Another friend? Her wings then spread into full bloom, each individual feather brought to full detail in the sunlight. I guess the wind is sent my way as she flaps them once. Come on, let's get going. There's an island I know, where one of my friends live. I think you'd like her. As both of her hands return to her sides, her wings kick up a storm before I know it. She sends herself upwards into the sky. Hey, wait for me, silly! As my wings extend, I do the same thing until I'm ascending into the sky, trying to catch up with the beautiful girl that's not too far ahead of me. Okay, everyone! Wait, where are we? Among all of the interruptions, that was probably the funniest. What on earth is that about? You tell me. What time is it? Looking over to my clock shows it's around 11. Keeping that in mind, I yawn and stretch while my mind races. Oh yeah, me and Yuri are going to go into town today. With the excitement of our adventure later on today in my mind, I hop out of it and prepare for whatever today has in store. And considering the fact that Mr. Triple Question Marks had an order in the ammunition store, I don't know what today will bring. Huh. This background, it's sending me some nostalgic feeling. I can't quite name where. Me and you have been on the bus for a little while now, going into the city. Feels nice this time, not being all by myself. Granted, that was never really bad. It never really was bad by myself. I usually stay quiet and not bug anyone, but this just feels nice. Yesterday, me and Yuri left the park. After me and Yuri left the park, we walked back to her place and ended up reading a little more of her book for a bit. Then we picked out all our knives that were to be sold. After cleaning and disinfecting them, we shared one more kiss before us had between us before I had to walk back to my place. That's a feeling I'll never be able to forget. Afterwards, she insisted on walking me back to my place, like she always does. It's a good thing I was able to keep all of our knives in my coat pocket and carry them on the bus. I mean, couldn't we have brought a bag? Once we're off the bus, the sound of the bus departing fills my ears as I look around all around me. It's really chilly out here. Good thing I brought my jacket. Now that I think about it, this is the same bus stop I got off last Saturday. Just like last week, this part of town is bustling with people trying to go about with their everyday lives. I feel a little bit more safe now that Yuri's with me. Looking over to her, I tug her on her right sleeve to get her attention. Alright, so where to first? Let's go to the pawn shop first and get this out of the way. She doesn't sound too thrilled about this, and I don't blame her. Having to part with something she really likes, but it's for the better. For our future? Our future, huh? What is the thought of that makes me smile so much? Why wouldn't it make you smile? The thought of sharing a lifetime with someone I love. Slowly approaching, I gently squeeze her hand in mine and give a reaffirming... gently take her hand and give her a reaffirming squeeze. Hey, it'll be okay. I'm so really happy with you that you're going through with this. Alright then, please lead the way. With that, my smile manages to grow a little bigger and I begin looking around the area. Once I remember which way the pawn shop is, I gently tug on Yuri's arm so we can start walking there. We've been walking for about 10 minutes now. Nobody gave us any weird looks and I didn't have it in me to make eye contact with anyone else other than Yuri. Not much has been said between me and Yuri. The silence between us is comfortable, even with all the sounds and distractions going on around us. Wait, I wasn't reading because I thought someone else would interrupt us. We probably have another 5 minutes to walk before we get to the... Excuse me for a sec, Midas. Huh? She breaks away from me and I'm left trying to figure out what's going on. As my eyes readjust to follow where she's going, I notice her standing next to a vending machine that's hanging out by a store entrance. Curious as to what's up, we walk over to her only to see a water bottle fall from the very bottom of the machine. Once it's in the ground, she turns around and hands it to me. Here, take this for a bit. Filled with too many questions, and probably wouldn't be too wise to bombard her with all of them at once. Let's take a seat back to see what happens. Once I silently take it from her, I immediately feel how cold to the touch it is as my right fingers are now wet. She reaches into her bag and pulls out what looks like a large pharmacy bottle. She opens it and pulls a single pill into her hand. Once the bottle's back in her bag, she takes her water from me, thanks me, and downs it in no time. Okay, now I'm curious. Maybe she has a headache or something? What's the matter? Got a headache or something? It's a prescription for... I'm not really sure. Yeah, I can feel one coming on. So I was right. Approaching her, I wrap my arm around hers and smile at her. That's okay, love. It should go pretty soon right now. Yeah, that's right. Come on, let's get going. Me better. I'm certain she'll start feeling better soon. It feels nice to escape the mess of people outside and step into a nice quiet pawn shop. This place almost seems like a toy store for adults. There's so much cool stuff around. As I'm scanning around the entire area, thinking of what I want to check out first, my sight lands on Yuri, who doesn't look excited as I am. I wonder if... Headache not quite gone yet? I still wish I didn't have to do this. Still have to do this. Reaching down into my pocket, I can feel all 3 knives that are to be sold today. I understand. She really doesn't want to do this that badly, then how about... Hey, why don't I take care of this for you? Come again? Yeah, I'll handle everything for you. Why don't you look around, check out everything around here? I'll let you know what happens with this, alright? Alright, I think I would like that. Thank you, love. I gave her a wink for no explainable reason and hugged her from the side without any warning. No problem. As I take my head off her shoulder, she turns around and walks into a different part of the store. Everything about that just felt right. Making my way towards the counter of the store, instead of looking around, my ears managed to pick up on the hum of an old CRT TV being played. Reaching the front counter shows a much older man behind the stand. He's probably the owner or something. TV's next to him seems to be playing something I probably don't care about. Once I make my approach in front of him, our eyes meet, but I quickly bring mine away from his. I just stand there and do nothing. What do I do first? Talk to him? Wait for him to talk first? Bring out the knives first? Wait, don't do that. That could look bad. That's when I notice him raising an eyebrow at me. Hey, kid! You lost or something? No. Both his eyes seem to open up as he leans to his right a little bit. Hey, that pretty one's that's over there. She brought you here? Wait a minute, is he talking about... Yeah. Is she... She a mom or something? The frick is up with this guy? Me, you're around the same age. I mean, I said this before. She would really look like a good mommy figure, in my opinion. I mean, that's why I called her Mommy Yuri once. I think. Why would you think she's my mom? No. She's my... Why am I thinking about how that word sounds? Just say it! Girlfriend. Yeah, sure. With those hooters, she could be a mom. Those what? Forget about it. What you here for, kid? Stop calling me kid. With a somewhat annoyed look, I reach into my jacket pocket and pull out all 3 knives. Placing them on the counter in front of him, I'm already worrying about what I'll say. With a somewhat surprised look, he grabs the purple one I'm somewhat familiar with, flips it open, and inspects it. Whoa, hey there, kid! What are you doing playing around with these? Oh no, what do I tell him? That these were Yuri's? No. Then he'll start saying weird stuff about her again. I know this is wrong, but you're just nothing. I don't need this anymore. Yeah, whatever. I'll get back with you on these. With that, it takes the 3 of them away from me and slowly walks over to a computer on the other side of the store. Man, what would Yuri have done if she were in my shoes? That'd be interesting to see. As the thought of what Yuri is up to crosses my mind, attention is ripped by another dumb-sounding voice on the TV. I know I'm not usually one to sit around and watch TV, but now I'm curious. What's this? Yeah, wait a minute, I know that guy. He's the one who's dumb, heartburn medicine commercials. Oh, I eat ribs every day and I love it. But I tell you what, one more thing about how much ribs I eat. A lot. Wait, what? Consume? I'm almost positive you shouldn't phrase it like that. If you go to a football sports game and you run out of chips, eat. I'm assuming that that's to just censor the name. It'll bring you joy. You know what? That's a brilliant thought. I hadn't thought of that even once. It's got loads of calories and it'll give you heartburn like crazy. Fuck you, man. Wait, what? Fuck you. How many different people are gonna say fuck you to me today? You're interrupting me, it's giving me heartburn. That's my use. Because it'll give me less heartburn, but I still have it. Look at pays for the whole seat, but you'll need the edge. You only need the edge. It's very sad that you're always listening up my commercials. Who's that one worth 145 million again? You're always stealing my jokes. I'm the joke genius and you're stealing all my jokes. Well, you see, I'm not stealing the jokes. Because I came up with the jokes when I was 28. And I'm 100, you see, with the jello pudding. Man, the TV sucks nowadays. I don't even know what I just watched. Hey, kid! Looking over to my right, you can see the man walking back towards me, still with a serious face. I don't figure out how much these are worth. I think you'll like what you see. With a bit of excitement building up in me, he opens up the cash register in front of him, pulls out two $100 bills and hands it to me. As I take them from them, I had to do a double take to make sure I'm seeing them right. No way. You kidding, right? Nuh-uh. I don't know where you get them from, but they go for a pretty penny online. Huh. Now I kinda wonder where you got them from. We never asked her, now didn't we? Once I confirm how much is in front of me, I stuff the pocket money away in my pocket. Anyways, don't spend it all in one place. Maybe your cutesy little girlfriend should hold it on for you. Well, I mean, those were hers in the first place. Yeah, I probably should. Thanks again, mister. Right. Now stay safe, kid. You hear? Right. Trying to ignore the fact that he called me a kid about many times since I had fingers on my hand, I walk away from him to a different part of the store. Man, I wonder how much of that you heard. After a little bit, I managed to find Yuri in the opposite end of the store. She's standing there in front of a clothes rack with some rather expensive looking clothes on them. I wouldn't expect her to be looking at clothes, but... I mean, it's the mall. Girls are bound to be attracted in the clothes department. Come to think of it, I don't know what I would expect her to be looking at. Books, more like it. Approaching her, I tap on her shoulder. Hey, all done. Hey, love. She pulls out some clothes off the rack and presents them to me. How would you like this on me? In front of me is a dark blue t-shirt, followed by a rose-colored, almost raspberry-colored cardigan. And closely resembles what she's wearing right now. Do we get to see it? Not too sure about that. As I divert my attention from her, I look over to the clothes rack about 2 ways from the one she's at. A lavender-colored dress with red bow ties in the middle and white frills on the bottom is what I pull out and present to her. I think this would look great on you. She then takes it from me, inspects it, and tells what kind of material it's made of. Oh my, that looks pretty expensive. But we have the money. we got the money from your knives. Flipping it around, she presses it close to her body, as if to see if it will fit. It's in my size too. Maybe I'll have to buy this someday. What about today? I would love that. It would look so cute. Not that you don't already. She proceeds to put the dress back in its spot and unexpectedly hug me. Oh, I love when you say things like that. As I wrap my arms around her, I speak gently to her ear. Oh yeah? Well, I had the bestest, most prettiest girlfriend ever. She squeezes me tightly, to which I return the favor. With us being this close and her embrace as tight as it is, maybe I should think of my words better if it's gonna be happening in public. I mean, I'm not really complaining or anything. If I'm in this situation, I wouldn't really flirt. I'm not that kind of a guy. When she reluctantly releases me, my left hand goes into her back left pocket. By the way, this is what we ended up getting from your knives. Pulling the money out, I present both $100 bills to her. No way. Yeah, I was taking it back as well. She takes both the bills and stuffs them away in her bag. Ready to get out of here? I couldn't find anything I want to buy. Sure thing. It doesn't take long for us to walk back to town to the grocery store. The two of us passed by the toy store on our walk here, and it made me remember the events of a week ago. That brought me a smile to my face, needless to say. Once we're inside, the sight of everything this store has to offer nearly puts me in awe. It's not bad, really. Surprisingly enough, there aren't many people around here to bother us, despite it being a Saturday. Most families, mine included, do shopping on Sundays. As I grab the shopping cart for her, the two of us set off to wherever she decides to go first. Feels kinda nice to be here again, not gonna lie. As the two of us make our way to the plethora of aisles in here, I can't help but remember a few times of my childhood when I could go here with my mom. I would go here with my mom. Believe it or not, I learned a lot of social cues from places like these. Mainly my mom telling me how to act, or what not to say to people, that kind of stuff. But now, time skips many years later, I'm doing the same thing, this time with the girl I love. Feels, I don't know, me and her are doing adult things now. Feels just right, I suppose. Looking at her to see her content face, I can't help but feel joy. It's as if I'm able to take on anything the future throws at me. Once her gaze meets mine, her smile matches on what's on my face. Midas, what are you thinking about? Oh well, I don't know. I guess I'm just really happy. Is that so? How come? A 12-pack of pens sitting on one of the aisles catches my attention. I reach for it and put it in the cart instead of answering Yuri. Pens! Ah, it's probably best I stock up on these. I think I only have 7. That's a lot. That's already a lot in my opinion. I mean, having 7 is better than 6, which in turn is better than 5, and even 5 is better than 4. And like, but consider this though, even if I had 4, that would still be better than 3. But I mean, hypothetically, if I imagine myself only having 3 pens to use right at home right now, I think I would be okay with 3. But because that's better than 2. I think 2 is finally reaching the point where I might be in trouble. But even 2! Even 2! Is better than what? The sounds of footsteps managed to break me away from messing around with Yuri. Whose footstep is this? Oh. 2 younger children, a boy and a girl, run past me and Yuri. Small gusty wind blows past me as I'm frozen in place, my mind racing for a short while. Where's their parents at? Not too sure. Looks like Yuri's also stopped in her tracks at what just transpired. Their parents. Not long after, Yuri zooms walking to wherever she needs to be, lightly placing her arm around my shoulder to keep me with her. I wish I could wrap an arm around her, but I don't want to manage the cart one-handed. As the two of us walk around a little more with the various items being put in our cart, I find myself taking a few glances at Yuri every now and then, all while making sure I don't run into anything. Lord forbid I cause a scene in here by knocking stuff over. Any kind of casualties happening. Besides that, I can't but think about what just happened. That stopped us in our tracks. I wonder if... Hey Yuri, mind if I ask you something? She gives me a warm smile, which makes me feel a bit more comfortable. Not at all, my dear. Well, oh man. Now that I think about it, I feel like that'd be kind of weird to ask her out of the blue if she wants to have kids. Really? Right now? You will ask her right now? How about... what? Do you think about children? You know, I kinda expect Yuri to be surprised by a question like that. Instead, she remains quiet while she places probably $20 worth of stuff in the cart in one sitting. I guess I feel indifferent about them. I can see how they can be a joy to some people's lives, but also the opposite at the same time. I can see that. I guess I feel the same way. I don't really feel like I can say much, however. I never really got to be around them besides school, and my bigger brother never really had any problems of his own. I think Yuri's smile is slowly starting to go away. I see. I'm sorry to hear about that. It's alright. Something I learned to accept, so it doesn't bother me too much. What about you though? Have you ever thought about having them? Really? That was a little bit forward of me, wasn't it? I mean, I'm not ready to have them now. I mean, she's... Wait, what? She then clears her throat and opens her eyes. I'm honestly not too sure if I would make a good mother. The thought of being a parent seems really scary at times. Especially if I were to be all by myself. Just the thought of all by myself makes me feel a little uneasy. Understandably so, especially with how things are in the world nowadays. You both have to be financially stable or something like that. Oh, I just realized what I said to her. I really need to think before I speak. There's a weird sense of nervousness surrounding me. I bet Yuri's affected by it too. Sorry, I didn't mean to put it that way. No, it's fine. You're absolutely right. It's a pretty big responsibility after all. True. I didn't think I could do that by myself. Midas, look out! Yuri pulling me back on my shoulder stops both me and the cart in our tracks. Oh, just in time too. We managed to stop in front of an even younger girl who's blocking our path. Purple shirt, freckles on her cheeks, and curly brown hair. Cute. The kid stares at us with eyes nearly wide open. Both me and Yuri look at each other, like we need to confirm what's in front of us. Go on. Oh no, she doesn't mean. Looking away from her, I nervously walk away from our cart until I reach the child in front of us. Slowly getting down on both knees until I'm nearly eye level with her, I make sure to lighten up before speaking. The child's face shows a look of curiosity. The left hand goes to the back of my head. Are you lost or something? The child then smiles and somehow extends both arms. As I'm about to bring my right hand for her to grab, she fortunately grabs a hold of both sides of my hair instead! You think this will hurt given what the child is doing, but with hair this long, it'll take a lot more force to be noticeable. As I'm hearing Yuri giggling to herself in the background, I can't help but sound the situation I got myself into. Oh, brother. You can let go now. The kid's not letting go. Yuri, a little help here. As I'm stuck in place, all because of a wandering 2-year-old, it takes a little bit of time until Yuri walks up beside me. When she gets down to knee level, she brings her hands to my hair and carefully picks the hands of the child away. Her hands aren't moved. They cling onto Yuri's hands as her mischievous smile never goes away. Mama! Mama! I can't help but quietly laugh to myself over how adorable this is. After a little while, Yuri picks up the child with both hands on her stomach and brings her into her arms, much like you would do with a cat or a baby. Surprisingly, she doesn't give her any trouble at all. Is she cute, Midas? Walking up to Yuri, I wrap my arm around her and look at the child. She was smiling. Face is buried in Yuri's chest. You know, it would be really weird if the child's parents would see us right now. I suppose so. Maybe you would look like a good mom. You would make a good mom. I bravely look at Yuri and give her a confident smile. When she sees me looking at her, her smile matches how mine must look right now. I can't help but start to get lost in her violet eyes again. I'm starting to feel this warm, surreal feeling. We're actually doing big things, big adult things together. This is awesome. You know what? Reaching to the carton bag for red seedless grapes Yuri bought there, I pull a few out of the bag and show them to the 2-year-old in Yuri's arms. Wait a minute, we haven't even paid! Open up. With her eyes on the prize, she reaches over and takes them from me. Mine! It doesn't take long for all of them to be devoured. Midas, are we supposed to pay for those first? Shh. What they don't know won't hurt them. Besides, it's just 1, 2, 5, but 9! So long after that, a man and woman around my parents' age approach the 3 of us. They don't look upset, but not quite happy either. That's where she ran off to. Was this your child? Was. She is! His tone of voice puts me a little less at ease, which makes me look away from him. Yuri manages to break away from my arm around her and walks over to the older man to give his daughter a back. Once she's handed over, the 2-year-old doesn't look so happy anymore as she reaches her arms out to Yuri while they're walking away. Mama! Aww! As the older couple walk away, child and toy, I look over to Yuri, who still has a noticeable blush on her face. Well, that was certainly something. Indeed. What's wrong? Wait. Don't like being called Mama? Why don't we try calling her that? I can't but playfully stick my tongue out at her. No, it's just... She takes a deep breath before speaking again. We should probably finish up here. Yeah, good point. With that, the 2 of us continue our journey to the store with an unusual silence between us. The scene that played out in front of us just then. How I felt being close to Yuri with the child. We both have to be financially stable or something like that. Maybe I should ask her. So the left sleeve at what just come to mind. Another thing. Yes, dear? I know this might sound a little weird, but what do you want to be when you grow up? She stops walking after hearing me ask that, causing me to as well. You mean what I want to do next year? Next. What? Don't we both turn 19 next year? I'm still stuck in place with an expression, probably in several pieces, as I have nearly forgotten just how old I am. It takes a little bit to break myself from that mindset and respond to her. Well, I mean like, for a job, a career or something. Well, if I could, I wouldn't mind learning more about physiology, psychology. If I could make a living by helping other people out, that would be really nice. Life would seem worth it, I suppose. That's cool, I suppose. If that doesn't go through, I feel confident that I should have potential as a librarian. That suits her pretty well. What about you, Midas? Have you put any thought into that? I mean, in all honesty, I'm not too sure. The future seems really scary at times. I'm not sure how exactly I could contribute to society. Although I got a letter from my parents the other day saying that they're gonna help me get on disability. So I have that going, at least. I think no. You what? Mean, that's nice of them. She kind of did something with the letter. I think we should check it. Yeah, I suppose. My tone of voice becoming more lackluster, I can't help but focus more on the ground below me. Hey, Midas? Yeah? Her apprehensive face turns into a smile. I believe you'll do great with whatever career you choose. Thanks, Yuri. I can't but remember what happened 2 nights ago. Well, I got angry with my mom over the phone and said things to her I really didn't mean. I wish you could tell her how bad I feel because of that.